You already know what it is. You already know what to do. One time for the fans, still riding high on that win. How about them Falcons?
Yes, sir. Yes.
A little something different tonight. We're missing somebody, but we'll get to that.
Frody,
the professor. Still, the show must continue. One time for the fan. Let's start the show. Yep.
What's good?
Wait, can you hear me? Am I good?
Yeah,
Am I better now?
Yeah, you go.
Feeling good, feeling great. How's everybody doing tonight? One time for the fan. You already know what it is. You already know what to do. Got my boy Chase in the building. No Frody. No Frody tonight. You already know no Boo Man. We don't know where the hell Boo Man is. And Dez, don't even ask about that man. We ain't seen him in years. But me and Chase holding it down tonight. Chase, what's good, man?
Chilling, man. Just had a nice little family Thanksgiving dinner at the house at mom's. So fat and happy, man. Fat and happy.
Y'all got a lot going on over there to have your dinner a day early. So I know y'all got some stuff going on over there. So y'all partying up. You heading out, right?
Yeah. Headed up to Tennessee tomorrow. I'll head back Saturday though. Gotta work Sunday, man. So y'all gonna have to tune me in on Sunday's game.
Yeah, you know what it is, man. You know what it is. I won't be there in Washington on Sunday. I've been to Washington before, but no reason for me to be out there again. Plus, this weekend is kind of busy with a lot of stuff going on, so I decided just to hold the fort down over here at the house. But the RiseUp tour, they will be doing something. They will be out there this weekend. They have an event that I'll get the information for shortly, and I'll go ahead and post it in the One Time for the Fan page so everybody can see what's going on in Washington. But Glory Days Grill, 3141 Duke Street in Alexandria, Virginia. Rise Up Tour will be there. Falcon fans, if you're going to Washington this weekend, don't forget Glory Days Grill, 3141 Duke Street, Alexandria, Virginia. Pack it out. Turn it up. You already know what it is. You already know what to do. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tag a friend right now. Tag your Falcon friends. We got a lot to talk about tonight on One Time for the Fans. It's going to be a quick show. Because it's pre-Thanksgiving Day. You know what I mean? Eve, whatever they call that shit. Everybody going to be drinking, having a good time. I already just started drinking already. So, I'm trying to get through this show. And then we going to, flow through the weekend. Got some college football on this weekend. Then we got the doggone Falcons this weekend against the Washington Commanders. It's going to be a big game for the Atlanta Falcons. We're going to talk about that too as well tonight. Chat going crazy already. Damn burst. One time for the fan. Let's get it. Washington would be tougher than we thought, but we can still get the dub. That's right. We definitely can still get the dub, but Washington is going to be a tough game. We got a lot to go over about the Falcons and the Commanders tonight. NOLA game is officially on Saturday.
I wanted to ask you about that.
We're going to talk about that tonight. There's rumors, there's reports coming out that is going to be on Saturday. I'm hearing Saturday at 1 o'clock. I'm hearing Saturday at 4:25. I'm hearing Saturday at damn 8:30. Now, NFL wants to bring this new Saturday night football in the winter where everybody's tuned in, Amazon Prime or whatever network they're going to put it on, Peacock or BET, wherever they put it on. Just know that they're trying to get the ratings up. They're trying to get more viewers. Hell, before you know it, we're going to be playing football on Tuesday night. You know, the way the NFL doing this thing. But just know that there is a rumor going out there. I'm waiting for the NFL to fully confirm, but there is a rumor that the Falcons will be playing the Saints, which we do know they're playing the Saints. It was the time that we're waiting for because a lot of us are going down to New Orleans. We want to purchase our tickets to the game, and we can't do it yet because we don't know what day the game is. So ticket prices are just outrageous.
Stupid.
But we're hearing that it's Saturday, so we're going to talk about that later on in the show tonight. What it means for the Falcons with that game right there down in New Orleans. It's going to be a big game because Falcon fans, the way it's looking right now, I mean, you keep on winning, keep on rolling. It's going to look good going to New Orleans. But if New Orleans and you guys keep contending like this back and forth, that game in New Orleans might mean something, you know. And we don't want it to mean nothing. But the Rams didn't do their job on Sunday, defeating the Saints. So now we have to talk about why the Saints and the Falcons game is going to be meaningful down in New Orleans in a couple weeks. But Chase, so much to go over tonight. We're going to hit to the chat, man. Chat's going crazy. You know, it's that pre-Thanksgiving vibe, spirit going crazy. I know people drinking, people probably cooking, getting their meals prepped up, getting everything ready. Drake True Statements in here. He said, "What's good, fellas? Rise up. I missed Big Dub Sundays. Ready to talk some Falcons football. You already know it's always good talking Falcons football with you, Dre." Pamela Johnson, big time Falcons fan, is in here. Shout out to Pamela Johnson too as well. Jermaine, living life. Davis, he's out here talking about Rise Up. Jeremiah Weems is up in here. I see you, Jeremiah. You already know what it is. NFL on BET is crazy. That's right. It might be flag football, but you know the NFL is always trying to find ways to get the job done when it comes to ratings and getting people to, you know, to see what they got going on different days of the week. Because right now they got Sunday, they got Monday, they got Thursday. Now they're hitting up these Saturday games. Before you know it, you never know, man. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. Sunday morning games now to Germany and London, and you know what I'm saying, this shit's getting outrageous. Chase, remember back in the day, you just wake up, set time, that's it. Watch the fucking game. Go about your dinner. Texas Mercenary PSN, Houston Texans fan, is in the chat, but he's a big time fan of One Time for the Fan. He's now saying rise up. He has now committed to the brotherhood of the Atlanta Falcons. Rise up. Tag somebody. Falcon fans, tag somebody. It's time to talk some Falcons football. Let's get to it, man. We got a lot going on. Sad news this week.
Yeah, very
sad news. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. Of course, you know we always talking Falcons football every Wednesday, every Sunday, 8 p.m. Chase, injury report, depth chart update. So much going on right now, but the news of Kyle Pitts, something that we did not want to wake up to Monday morning, but of course we heard about it. Falcon fans, please chime in here in the chat. It's sad to hear what happened to Kyle Pitts. I would say, you know, a lot of Falcons fans were saying, you know, that looks like an illegal hit from the Bears player on Sunday against Kyle Pitts. The way he turned, caught the ball, and just the angle of where the Bears player went to make the tackle. Kyle Pitts did get up and walk off on his own. I'm glad it's just not a torn ACL.
Yeah, for sure.
They're saying maybe a couple games, 4 to 5 possible. It's possible we can come back maybe the Ravens game. You know, if we make the playoffs, probably that playoff game too as well. But Chase, just your notes, your thoughts, the injury report, Kyle Pitts. We had another injury too as well, Tyquan Graham too as well on Sunday. So just your thoughts. What you got? Some news for us, brother?
Yeah, man. It's actually more than what we expected for this Wednesday's injury report today. We had a bunch of limited players. We had Felipe Franks. He's actually back. He's practicing. He was limited. All these names I'm giving you was limited. Felipe Franks with a calf, Caleb Huntley with an ankle, Arnold Ebiketie with an arm issue, Chuma Edoga with a knee issue, and Jalen Dalton with a toe issue. They were all limited on Wednesday's injury report. That's about all you got as far as, you know, we all know the bad news about Tyquan and Kyle Pitts. You know, from what Arthur Smith says, 4 to 6 weeks is what we're expecting. But like you said, we won't have a full report on that until after, you know, the procedures are done. So, you know, it's a very big blow, you know, not only just how big of a role he plays for our team, but just what Kyle Pitts is to the Falcons. So it's definitely a big blow to see somebody like that go down. But As far as depth chart news, to fill those voids, you got on tight end, you're going to have Parker Hesse as your starter with Pruitt as your backup. Your lines all still stays the same. You still have Chuma Adoga starting at left guard with Gassett following at second string. Your D line is going to be Grady, Abdullah, Matt Dickerson, and Ogundeji with the backups of Timothy Horn, Jalen Dalton, Jaylee Johnson, and Arnold Ebiketie. So AJ Terrell is also still in the starting lineup. So that's a positive from all this sad news that we've gotten. But not too bad of news with Kyle Pitts, man. It could always be worse. Like you said, at least it ain't an ACL.
Falcon fans were asking the other day about Casey Hayward. We was at the game Sunday. Casey's still in the sling.
Yeah.
So we seen Casey still in the sling. I'm guessing his timetable is probably looking as close to where Kyle Pitts is. Because even after getting out of, probably his situation, he said to probably go to maybe a couple weeks of, some rehab too as well. So I could probably see him come back maybe week 14, 15, not week 14, maybe the Cardinals game, January 1st, hopefully. Falcons still have a shot to be in the playoffs now. It's not over yet.
Very big shot.
I will say there are some teams that got hit with the elimination bug on Sunday. Looks like the Steelers are eliminated now from any type of playoff talks. Panthers, too, as well, from any type of playoff talks, which we knew that already before the season started. So trash. But hearing the injury report, Falcons fans, I mean, it's sad to hear Kyle Pitts go down for a couple weeks, but it's the next man up type of mentality. Pruitt, if Franks is playing Sunday, this could be the big game for Franks that he needs.
It very well could be.
Because his body type alone kind of fits what Kyle Pitts is, his size, his factor, what he can do as a tight end, knowing that he switched from quarterback. But this could be a little bit of it's a big game for a next man up position like Felipe Franks. You got to step up big. But Chase, go ahead.
I'm just saying, if you look further into the Felipe Franks thing, it's almost as if these last few games of the season is really Felipe Franks' way of saying, "Hey, I want a spot on this roster." I mean, Felipe's kind of had a rough start to the season, and it's really to me, I'm just a fan, but to me, it's not enough to make that roster spot with Terry's mentality. So Franks has got to step it up. I think Franks has got to come out and ball out if he wants to be on this team.
Falcons fans, you know how big it is on Sunday. We got over the Justin Fields situation, so that shit's done. I believe we do play the Bears next year in Chicago, so now it's time to take the ass whooping to their house, which I'm sure one time for the fan, of course, we'll be there. Chase, a whole year away. Yeah, a whole year away. I'm saying it right now. We're going to talk about that too as well. For those that do not know, we're getting closer to the end of the year, so you're starting to see your 2023 teams that you're playing against start to be not announced by the teams, but it's being put out there in social media, which is pretty accurate from what I've seen in the past. But yes, the Falcons do play the Bears again next year. You got the Packers too as well. You got the Vikings, you got the Lions. So it's gonna be a tough 2023 going forward. Even looking at the teams that we had that you're seeing play now. Hell, the Lions are on a low roll right now. The Vikings started off pretty hot. Packers seems to be going down that. The Ring well. Remember the movie The Ring? Where the girls crawling out? Yeah, that's where they're heading down. So it's looking kind of ugly for them. But of course, I'm always hoping my Birds will be ready. So that's next year's challenge. We'll deal with that next year. But what we do know is that the Pro Bowl votes are starting to be put out now. Mm-hmm. So a lot of players are looking for the fan base to start voting. And we're going to give our ideas of who we think needs to be on that Pro Bowl team if you're not going to head to the Super Bowl. But there's some players that's been standing out already early this season, offense and defense. Somebody made a comment the other day about Darren Hall making a post saying, "Vote for me for the Pro Bowl." And a lot of people said, "Why would we vote for you for the Pro Bowl? You've been getting toasted damn near all year." People got a lot to say. Falcon fans got a lot to say. But then again, You got to look at what Darren stepped into. He stepped into a big position. I don't think Falcon fans or coaches or anybody was ready for Casey Hayward and AJ Terrell to get injured this season.
No.
To put in a position where it's you and Cordell Armstrong, out there locking it down. But then again, it's a next man up type of game. Person goes down, next player got to step up. We do know that. Jermaine Living Life Davis has got to keep the balance, offense and defense, which is true on Sunday. You do have to balance it out.
You got to play as a whole like we did, other than special teams Sunday, but as a whole, you got to play a full 4 quarters.
See, this is the good thing about Michael Pruitt. We got enough of him in the preseason where Falcon fans, liked him enough.
Pruitt's got hands, man.
Got hands. Got some blocking too as well.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of want to see more from Michael Pruitt. There's no KP, but decent blocker and physical as well. That is true. What's up, guys?
I think I think as far as the depth chart, while Parker Hesse's at the top is because, as we talked about blocking, we're a run first team. I think that's why you got Parker Hesse starting. So maybe you see a lot of rotation there Sunday is what I believe. So we'll see some snaps of Pruitt for sure.
One thing we haven't seen, and you might get it going Sunday against the Commanders, because their front four is going to get after it.
Oh yeah, and an active
not even
Chase
gonna
Young.
lie. Their front four is going to get after it, even if Chase Young plays or doesn't play. They still got a pretty good defense too as well. Looking at
Thank you.
the Pro Bowl, if you're looking at players on defense, who should get the vote going forward to Pro Bowl on defense, right? Grady Jarrett.
I gotta go. Yeah, no doubt, Grady Jarrett.
Number one, great. Hey, what's going on, y'all? What's going on? So, Grady Jarrett.
Yeah, definitely Grady.
Definitely Grady Jarrett. Next name that might surprise you, Rashard Evans, man.
I agree. Rashard Evans is a tackling machine, man. He may not be that A1 pass coverage, but every linebacker's got his own game, and Rashard Evans definitely shined in the run game.
Falcon fans, agree or disagree? We in here talking Falcons football. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. We're talking about Pro Bowl votes right now.
And you kind of want to say Terrell too, but with such a short season that he's had, it's kind of hard to throw Terrell's name out there.
So, Dre, I see you talking about Grady and Rashard Evans, and we know why I chose those two players. Rashard, number one, is a tackling machine. Run stuffer. He's been doing a great job this season coming in here on a 1-year deal. He's going to be one of the players I talk about at the end of the year when it comes to who should you resign from your 1-year deal package last year. And I know the contract, I know the bag's coming for a lot of players. The Falcons got that bread. But yes, Rashard Evans is one of the players that I think the Falcons should keep for next season, especially that he fits this defense well. Dean Pease will be around. I like what I see from Rashard Evans. Coming over here on a 1-year deal, he's helped us out in some really good situations on some short down situations. Seen him on some 3rd and 1, seen him on some 2nd and 2s. Rashard Evans is a tackling machine, dog. Yeah. So I gotta give it to him, man. You've seen his stats already going through the season, and then Grady Jarrett as well. Come on.
Yeah, Grady's got to get it.
He's probably going to break that 7.5. He's still got 6 games left. I think he can still break it. He's doing a great job too as well this season. Grady, Rashard Evans. This next name might surprise you too as well. But
I got one before you spit it out.
Go ahead. You might be
if we're talking as far as a 1-year deal and should get another contract and possibly Pro Bowl, let's throw Lorenzo Carter. I'd say Lorenzo Carter.
Yeah. I'll give him the contract to come back next season.
Contract, no doubt a contract. That's what I'm iffy on the Pro Bowl with contract for sure.
Pro Bowl. So many players right now in the NFC that's eating up right now. So it's difficult. Grady, he's showing out. Rashard Evans, he's showing out. Carter, yes, he's up there too as well. That was going to be my next pick. I was going to surprise you. I was going to say Richie Grant.
Richie Grant.
I think Richie Grant should get at least a look at the Pro Bowl. Just in
a year, you can see the maturity level in his play style for sure.
His game has definitely developed. He's gotten much better. Much better.
No.
Going over Drake's statement. We'll be on the same page. You already know. Grady, Rashawn Evans, Zoe Carter. I think Troy Anderson can get a vote after showing up about 2 more games. Troy Anderson, yeah, that Bears game and that what was it? The 49ers game? I think it was.
The Bears game, for sure, man. Troy was everywhere.
Troy can get that vote.
Yeah.
But if you're going to Pro Bowl and you want to send some guys and you know how the NFL looks at it, Grady could be a player where you'll say, congratulations, Falcons fans. Grady Jarrett's heading to the Pro Bowl. You can see that.
Yeah.
Then the surprising one could be, congratulations, Falcons fans. Rashard Evans is heading to the Pro Bowl. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Then comes in that third or fourth player where you're like, they're not going to send 3 defensive players from the Falcons, unless they turn up the next 6 games.
A name that could have been thrown in the mix too, Taquan Graham. Graham, just as far as
his pressure alone and his what he did so far this season, I think is good enough to throw his name in the mix.
Yeah.
If you're going off of stats, you know how the NFL is going to do it. They're going to say, yeah, but
you know how it is.
Yeah. But yes, for Falcon fans, if you want to throw your own Falcons Pro Bowl of your best 5 players to head over there this season on defense, Taquan Graham's name would have been in the mix. Mm-hmm. His name definitely would have been in the mix. He's a good player. And it sucks that he got injured, but now it comes to the situation where, and we're going to talk about this at the end of the year, players who did good for you, who did a good job so far this season, and then they got injured.
Yeah.
Then you got to make a decision on what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Casey Hayward going forward. You got the 2-year deal with him, but still Casey Hayward going forward. That was tough. Elijah Wilkinson came in to help rebuild your offensive line.
That's the toughest stuff.
Now he's injured.
Yeah.
Matt Hennessy too as well.
Yeah.
These are a couple players gonna be fighting for some contract. We didn't even mention Caleb McGarry yet, who might get that bag.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So I didn't even get to that on the offensive side of the ball. We're still talking about defense, but it's something to look at going forward. Taquan Graham too as well. You gonna throw the contract at him next season for your 3-4 for your new defense? Taquan Graham fit the scheme very well this season. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna bring him back, or you're gonna upgrade his position? You got the bag, you got the money, you got the draft cap. You go do whatever the hell you want in the draft. Mm-hmm. You can make some moves. Falcons are gonna be, man. Falcons y'all don't understand what's about to happen this offseason. Shit's about to get real. You're just looking at the rebuild on the positive side right now. 5 wins, still had a shot at the playoffs, still had a shot at probably winning the division. Mm-hmm. And then next year, that bag. You have players sitting over there like, all right, wait, so how much money they got? How many wins did they get? 2 wins? How many they get? Defensive side of the ball, I mean, Chase, that was my 3. Rashard Evans, Grady Jarrett, Richie Grant. Those are the 3 players I give my Pro Bowl vote to right now on defense.
Yeah, I can agree. On all this.
Offense. Here we go. And this is where the NFL is going to fuck shit up. Because as a Falcon fan, you're going to look at it like, yo, bruh, you tripping. You really tripping on this. Because first name I'm going to throw out there, y'all going to be like, oh, he better go. Drake London.
I want Drake to get it badly.
Drake London deserves a Pro Bowl vote.
He does.
He's not one of the first people you voting for your Pro Bowl. Drake London. He has shown you as a rookie, he is top class wide receiver. All right. Don't even just look at the stat. Bruh, 1 reception for 2 yards and a touchdown on Sunday. Kid's going to the Pro Bowl. Like, look at that shit. Look at the new NFL, right?
Yeah.
His numbers, Falcon fans, look at his numbers throughout the season. Some of y'all said he wouldn't even get a touchdown. Some of y'all said his new offense, he wouldn't even get 2 touchdowns. Drake London with 6 more games left to go, and he could eat on Sunday against Washington. Or he could eat. It depends on how the Falcons going to shape it now. Don't forget, their offense is a little bit different. Mariota's not throwing it for 250 and 275 and 300. If you had a quarterback throwing it for 400, Drake London's going with 3 touchdowns every game. 250, 125. You going crazy.
Yeah, that's a Justin Jefferson.
You don't get that with Mariota. You're going to get 3 for 52 and a TD and win by 3. So Drake London gets my vote.
Yeah.
Chris Lindstrom gets my vote.
Gotta be Chris Lindstrom.
Chris Lindstrom gets my vote on the offensive line. And this might surprise you, Falcon fans, but you got to make a decision on both of those sides. Caleb McGarry or Jake Matthews going to get my vote too.
Jake Matthews.
Your offensive line puts you at top what in rushing this year?
Top 10 at one point.
What is your offense looking like this year? You better select 2 or 3 players from your offensive line and go to the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Chris Lindstrom, Jake Matthews, and Caleb McGarry. Those are the 3 players I got right now. Cordero Patterson.
CP. You gotta give it to CP.
Cordero Patterson. And it sucks because Kyle Pitts going out because, we would have wanted Kyle Pitts, but, I'll throw his name out there because I'm a diehard, but he's not going to go to the Pro Bowl. But, yeah, CP, Drake London, Chris Lindstrom, Jake Matthews, and Caleb McGarry. That's my offense for my Pro Bowl picks right there. What you got on offense for me, Chase?
I had Chris Lindstrom, Drake, CP, and Jake Matthews. But I can see McGarry getting a Pro Bowl. Though.
McGarry goes Pro Bowl, you got to throw him in the back.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, he's made his statement. If he makes Pro Bowl, you got to get him a contract. You ain't got to break the bank on him either. You can give him a 2-year contract. See how it pans out.
That's the good thing about the money next year. When we talk about breaking the bank, we ain't talking about this guy's going to get like 7-year deals and shit. No, we're talking about players going to get re-signed and players that you need to fit the pieces that you need to keep going forward and rebuild this team to get back to 100%, to get back to the playoffs consecutively, to do this shit on a regular. Oh, man. Man, sky's the limit.
Future's bright. Yeah,
this shit is about to be crazy. And I love it because let's just say we would have won 2 games or 1 game. It would have been ass this season. Let's just say that. It would have looked very bad going next year. It would have looked tough.
You would have still been at the beginning of your rebuild. Right now, I see us at the midways of our rebuild. Like you said, if next season don't put you over the hump, the season after will. And like you said, it's exciting. I mean, we weren't even supposed to win 4 games, and we've already got 5. So, like you said, with 6 games left, so Falcon fans have a lot to be excited about. Even if, God forbid, we don't make the playoffs. Even if we don't make the playoffs, Atlanta's made it further than what we were supposed to. So, I'm happy with them.
Falcon fans, we talked about this earlier this season. I think it was like 3 or 4 games ago. But going forward to your draft next year, if you're putting together your draft board, if you're putting together your roster for next year, there's a couple positions you have to look at. And you have to say to yourself, oh, they're not finna go after nobody in that group. They're good there. Such as your running backs. You got CP, you got Algier. What are you going to do with Damian Williams? You're probably going to let him go, which means you're probably going to bring in another running back next season. Avery Williams going to keep him at running back? We don't know. Caleb Huntley, are you going to keep him? We don't know. But let's just say you do decide to keep Caleb Huntley. Well, now you got CP, you got Algier, you got Huntley. And if you decide to keep Avery Williams, that's your 4. So you're going to draft a running back? You're going to go sign a running back in free agency? You're going to have 5 running backs? Is that what you're going to do? Go to your quarterback position. Let's just say decide Mariota is the guy. He gets you to the playoffs. Mariota and Ritter. You're going to draft the quarterback? You're going to go to the quarterback in free agency? You got to look at some of these positions the Falcons going to look at and say, oh, we don't need nothing there. We don't need nothing there. Fullback, Keith Smith, he's good. Oh, he's good. We don't need nothing there. Tight end, Kyle Pitts. Outside of Kyle Pitts, though, then what are you going to do? You're probably going to hit the free agency for a tight end to go beside Kyle Pitts. And there's going to be some good ones on the market.
Yeah.
Or you're going to go draft a tight end that's going to be, high draft grade.
2 deadly tight ends.
2 deadly tight ends. Another Kyle Pitts? Another Kyle Pitts?
Arthur Smith is a tight end coach, people. I mean,
you see what I'm talking about here, Falcons fans? Go forward to next season, which we're not going to do right now, but there's some position groups you got to look at and say, oh, the Falcons not going to tuck shit there. Look at what we need and then start using your scouting skills. We need an edge rusher.
Yes.
We need somebody to plug beside Grady. Are you comfortable with your 2 middle linebackers? Are you comfortable with Michael Walker? I'm hearing him and Troy battling back and forth. So if Mike's gone,
I hate to say it, but I think Troy takes it next year.
if Troy takes the middle linebacker spot, who's going to be your other middle linebacker? Is it Rashard Evans? Are you bringing Rashard back? So now who's going to fall underneath that? Your corners. Outside of AJ, you're going to go lock down. I'm telling you, man, I don't want to get to the draft next year, bro, but I'm already thinking ahead. I'm already thinking ahead about the fact about what they're about to do. And I don't want to say it just yet, but I don't want to piss off no Falcon fans. But
it's like that.
Ain't y'all expecting. It is not what y'all are expecting. And no, I don't know what they're doing. Like, I'm not in the war room with them, Chase. I don't know Falcon fans. So don't be texting me like, what the fuck do you know? I don't know. But I'm just saying, I have a very good feeling that I think I see what they're getting. No, I don't want to say it just yet because we got like 6 weeks left in the league. We got a whole 6 months before the draft and shit.
I think you go pass rusher. If we're talking about draft, I think you go pass rush. But you're smiling.
I mean, if you're going pass rusher and you're 3-4, what is your pass rusher? You're gonna go a full on
other than Taquan and Grady. Out of that, you have Abdullah. Abdullah is a 1 year, fill in this spot. I don't see the Falcons re-signing Abdullah. I think you go for a pass rusher just to have that, even if you ain't. But then again, you have to think it out. If you want your first rounder to start, so if you don't, you know what I mean.
Your first rounder's gonna play.
Yeah, first rounder.
Let's get to that. Let's. You don't want your first rounder sitting on the bench.
No.
So if you guys are thinking quarterback, it's not a quarterback. Get it out your mind. It's not Stroud. It's not Will Grier, whatever the guy's name is. And
it ain't Stetson Bennett.
Not happening. Even as a Georgia fan, it's not Stetson Bennett. So, Falcon fans, Pro Bowl, we just talked about that. Got a lot going on. We're already getting to end of the season. Got a couple weeks left, but still, we got to talk Falcons football. We got to get to it, man. Chat's going crazy. What Dre said, they better not snub Grady. Should not be no snub. I think you're noticing a lot with the Falcons defense this year, how good the team is looking right now. The media's kind of picking up on them. 5 wins, a big win Sunday could really send them over the mark and have the NFL looking at them like, wow. I mean, CP's been blessed on Good Morning Football like fucking 6 weeks straight. He's going crazy. Even when he
even had a special on the Thursday night event.
He had a special too as well, right?
Yeah.
I love seeing this, type of recognition from the NFL to the Falcons right now because you owe us that shit. Because you talk shit saying we're going to get 2 wins this year. And we're going to be the worst team in the league. Another group said that we're going to get 4 wins, Vegas or some shit.
Yeah.
Plus the Hawks are up by like 15. Go Hawks.
Sheesh.
Fucking diehard over here. I'm feeling it right now. Drinks kicking in too. Good one, Chase. I will give him that contract. That's a toss-up. Must be talking about Zoe.
Yeah.
Richie and both Hawkins to me should at least get votes. See, the Hawkins thing is a different story because now you're playing on your 1 year again. You're playing on your contract situation. You gonna give Hawkins a contract?
I don't.
You bringing him back?
Hawkins just got to show me a little more. He did get the game-winning interception. Shout out Hawkins.
Darby did make the block on the CP kick return.
I kept saying Darby was a good special teams guy.
Darby, good, Justin. Shout out to Frank, man. Shout out to Justin Newman. Justin, where you at now? Aruba?
Jeez. Damn.
Last I heard he was driving trucks in Aruba.
Big money. Hauling up.
One time for the fan, I got the low budget light tonight. Somebody stole my other light. Got me looking all like I'm in a museum and shit. You all right over there, little dude? He's over here sneaking my Falcons gear. Taking my Falcons gear skating. Don't lose the memorabilia. Best thing about the offseason is we are pretty solid on a lot of positions to where the money and draft picks and primarily be focused on the trenches. The trenches is one thing that I think we're definitely going to be looking at. And there's some players coming out in this draft. And I can't wait to tell y'all the good news coming up real soon. But we're not going to get to that just yet because that's 2023, right? So we're not going to get to that. We still got 6 weeks left in the league. We're going to get to a couple things here before we wrap it up. Short show tonight. Still have to go over NFC matchups on Sunday because there's some big games going on. We're going to talk about the Falcons and Saints down there in New Orleans. We're going to talk about what do we have to do to control the Commanders. It's going to be a big game on Sunday, Chase.
Best. Very, very big game. Playoff shake and all around the boards. All around the board, you got a bunch of matchups that can change the polls for us or the playoff picture.
As I get to that, I think Anthony White, what's up, man? I think Mariota will have a big part of the offense on Sunday. The Commanders will make it hard for the Falcons to run with that defense line of theirs. MM1 has to shine. MM1 definitely has to shine. We're going to get to that. That's part of our what the Falcons have to do to defeat the Commanders on Sunday. Ravage is in the building. Shout out to Ravage ATL for stopping through. Willie P. Lovelace is in the building. Shout out to Willie P. Rise Up Tours up in here. Oh, here come the Rise Up Tour. Here they come. They're getting ready for Washington. Y'all go out there, safe travels. If you're driving, if you're flying, don't forget, head out there to the Rise Up Tour, meet and greet Saturday night. There's a lot of things going on in Washington. So if you find something to do, regardless if it's with the Falcons, regardless if it's with another group, y'all just have a good time. But don't forget the Rise Up Tour event is Saturday night. I believe it's from 6 to 8. I'll post that information in there shortly. Anthony White again, if the Falcons make the right moves the next 2 years in the draft and free agency, they can be legitimate SP contenders in 2024. So that means that I said the Falcons getting a Super Bowl before 2027 would be correct, right? But I'd rather go with 2025 if we're going to do that down in New Orleans because I want to be there in the fucking Caesars dump watching the Falcons defeat I don't care, the Jets in the Super Dump. That'd be great. That'd be perfect for the Falcons to head down to New Orleans because I heard the Super Bowl is going to be down there in a couple years. So, Chase, we need to go ahead and start planning and plotting now, brother, because it's going down.
Yeah,
it's going down in a major way. Just kill all my lighting now. Budget is going crazy up in here. Willie P. Lovelace. Don't worry though. That 2023 setup though. That 2023 setup. Terry GM of the year. So one thing we're going to talk about later on this year, if the Falcons make it to the playoffs, number one you should be looking at is Arthur Smith, head coach of the year.
Yeah.
If the Falcons,
it's going to be hard. I only say it's going to be hard for Smith to get that award is only because of the Giants with the success that coach has had his first year. You know what I mean? He's undefeated. Well, not undefeated. But he's got, 1 L right now or 2 L's on the board. But I would love for Smith to get it, man. That'd be dope.
You want Arthur Smith to get that award, and it would be great. But like how you said, the Giants, the Vikings, the Eagles,
the Dolphins.
Some people throw the Jets in there right now. Shit's weird how it's going on in the NFL. But I do know with Arthur Smith, if you make the playoffs, throwing his name in the head coach of the year candidate gets him off of the hot seat shit that fans are talking about. Yeah. I think fans got him on the hot seat right now. If Arthur Smith doesn't make the playoffs, he's on the hot seat, and we need to go get Bill Cowher. No, Falcons fans.
It's year two.
Let the organization do what the organization wants to do.
We've done it in the past. We've done that hopping in the past, and it didn't plan out for us too great. I'd rather ride it out with a coach for a couple years before we just part ways with someone.
I don't see a QB in 23. I don't either. But a lot of fans believe that. You know, they keep going over, Falcons going to get this top 10 pick. Falcons are on a train to go win, not lose. And at 5 games right now, and looking at the NFC South.
I don't think you're top 15 when it comes to draft.
Nope. I think you're like 19 right now at draft, if I'm not mistaken. Check this out. Got a lot of stuff going on this weekend, right? Of course, it's Thanksgiving tomorrow. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. If you're going to be out there, enjoying your food with your family, your friends. Hope you guys have a good time. Drink responsibly. Get home safe. Do whatever you have to do. Take care of your fam. Going over this week, right? Got some games that could mean something for the Falcons. The Buccaneers and the Browns on Sunday.
Deshaun Watson, and if I'm understanding this is correct, he's back.
He's back. He's going to be playing on Sunday. So if that's the case, I'm looking for the Browns to really beat up on the Bucks Sunday.
It'd be nice. Because if not, you're looking at the Bucks with a three in a row win. So don't want them getting hot.
Another game that means something to us: the 49ers and the Saints. The 49ers had a big win against the Cardinals, which the Cardinals we play on January 1st. Falcon fans, if you come out there and you lose to the Cardinals are bad. And we seen the other day, the Cardinals are bad. Okay, let's the 4-7 record that they have right now. I don't even know how they got 4 wins. They're bad. And you can see that the Falcons, January 1st, in the Benz, I'm going to mark that as a win right now. Right? 49ers need to come out there on Sunday in San Fran and handle business. You beat the Saints. You lower ticket prices for the Falcons-Saints game. That's number one.
Yes.
Because those ticket prices in New Orleans right now,
up there. God, it's so low there.
Y'all tripping right now. Saints fans tripping. Season's over. Y'all over there trying to get a ticket off this damn game. Y'all over there trying to pay your damn mortgage. Nah, fam. Nah. Us Falcon fans got them loopholes. We always find a way to get around that shit. But we ain't paying no $850 for no row 2. Kiss my ass in that old ass stadium y'all got.
Yeah.
It ain't happening. Browns, you beat up on the Bucks Sunday. Falcons go in there and handle business against the Commanders. And the 49ers handle business against the Saints. You're looking good coming back home playing against a Pittsburgh Steelers team that doesn't look good. You're supposed to beat the Panthers. You beat the Bears. That would have been your 2-game win streak. You need to go beat the Commanders on Sunday. You should have beat the Panthers. That would have been the game that you needed just in case if you lost anywhere during this next stretch, you would have been all right. Like, all right, I'm cool. But you lost to the goddamn Panthers.
Yeah. I don't see any reason why we can't win the remaining of our home games. We're 4-2 right now at home, so something's working. Got to keep stacking the bins. Got to keep showing up, man.
Falcon fans, it's big on Sunday against the Commanders. We're going to get to that in just a couple minutes. But there is a rumor that is going on. I know Lisa Shepard is here checking in the chat. Is the game on Saturday, December 17th for real? So here's the situation. There was a report that came out today. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and get the report. It came from, what's this? KPLC News, Lake Charles, Louisiana. It says Saints Falcons to play Saturday matchup in week 15. This was published last night. The New Orleans Saints will take on rival Atlanta Falcons in a week 15 matchup on Saturday, December 17th, according to Fox 8 sports analyst Jeff Duncan. Kickoff time and broadcast network have not been decided yet. The rivals last met week 1 last. Who gives a shit? So, Falcon fans, I wouldn't get your tickets just yet. For those that know me, know I wait till like the last minute to get tickets because people like to drop them the day of, the night before. I like to get my tickets cheap. So, Falcon fans, if you're heading to New Orleans and you see some tickets that you want to go ahead and take a shot at, go right ahead. But for me, I'm waiting a little bit. I kind of have a sense of how much I'm going to pay. Knowing that it's New Orleans, I've been there too many times. They some diehard season ticket holder fans. They going to sell it. They know that we coming down, and with a better record than them, they going to tax us. Be prepared for that. They are going to tax us. They don't like us. And it goes to the ticket prices too. So Falcon fans, if you're going to sell your tickets to the Saints fans next year, tax their ass fucking $600 too as well. But just know that if you want to go ahead and buy your tickets to the game, I'm waiting for the NFL to confirm it first, not Jeff Duncan from Fox 8 News out there in Lake Charles. I just want to hear it from the NFL first to confirm. Then we make our moves with the tickets. But yes, the Rise Up tour will be down there in New Orleans. One Time for the Fan will be down there in New Orleans. Chase will be down there. It's going crazy in New Orleans in the next couple of weeks. So if you haven't booked yet, book your damn tickets for New Orleans. Get your flights. Get your rentals.
Pack that bitch out.
Pack it out. And if the Falcons win on Sunday, when the Falcons win on Sunday, and when the Falcons win next week against the Steelers, you're heading out of New Orleans 7-6. That would be great to know that you had the first time a winning record in the past 4 years, Chase, heading down to your rivals. Hopefully they'll be complete. They'll be done.
If not, maybe that's the game we can knock them out.
The thing that sucks is after they play the 49ers and they lose, they still have to play the Bucs next week. So a team that you want to lose has to go play a team before you have to go smash their ass. So that sucks.
Yeah, you got to kind of want the Bucs to lose though for us to get that first spot.
Which is why the Rams were supposed to handle business last week against the Saints. They didn't. The fucking 49ers have to go handle business this Sunday against the Saints. And if they do, then it puts you in a position to say, well, the Saints are really done now. So we don't want to root for the Bucs, but just know that, all right, Saints, you can probably get this win. But then you don't want their morale boosted knowing that you're getting ready to head down there in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we want them to lose as many games, but it sucks to know that the Saints and the Bucs have to play in a week. So some team is going to gain that advantage. You don't want that to happen. Hell, they end in a draw, honestly. But Falcon fans, it's a lot going on, y'all. It's a lot going on in the NFC. The Falcons do have an opportunity to still make the playoffs. We're going to go ahead and get ready to start wrapping this up. But before we do, Chase, the question goes around to all the Falcon fans here in the chat. What do we have to do to beat the Commanders on Sunday? For those watching, for those going to be watching later on, One Time for the Fan every Wednesday, every Sunday, 8 p.m. We're going to get ready to wrap it up here shortly. But Chase, what do the Falcons have to do to beat the Commanders on Sunday?
Yeah, so we're talking about a team that's went 4-2, I believe, since Heineke's took over at quarterback. So, I mean, this is a team that's somewhat kind of hot at the moment. So, your defense has got to play a full 4 quarters. We can't lay down. We don't want to play from behind in this game. This game really means a lot when it comes to playoffs. So, because right now, if you look at in the hunt, Washington's right above you. So, you got to win. But as far as defense, man, cornerbacks has got to do their job. Heineke can scramble, so it's still another one of those QB rushing type deals. So we got to watch that as well. So kind of you can go in basically with the same scheme almost, but offensive wise, like Dre was saying, it's going to be hard to run against that D line. But if you can get the run started, you can get the pass. So as far as QB play, man, we got to have great QB play. We got to have the play. If the play ain't there, check down. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. You just got to run the rock. We've shown that we can run the rock in games that we went over 110 rushing yards. I believe we're 4-1 stat wise. So it's shown it's just what we do to get a W. So let's play our best football.
That is true. You got to play your best football because you don't have a record like the Eagles. You don't have a record like the Cowboys. God, it sucks to say that. But just know that the Falcons need to come out there and play physical on Sunday.
Yeah.
You have to beat the Commanders. There's some games earlier this season that you dropped that you should have never lost. But I'm telling you, Falcons, you got to run the ball Sunday. I know it's going to be tough to run the ball on that D line, but as Chase said, even though you're 4-1, you're running the ball over 100 yards on the ground. Team rushing wise, you got to get it going. CP, Algier, get them going early. This is also a big game for, as Dre said, Marcus Mariota.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they do take away the run, they're going to force you to pass. You're going to get time to look down your reads. You have to execute. You can't have people going to the chat saying, bruh, he's wide open. How the fuck did Mariota throw that shit all the way over there? You can't have that. This could be a game where you come out there. I'm not saying you're going to go for 300 yards or 350 yards and shit, but this could be a game where you can have a complete game against a team where, they are on a little stride right now. They're looking good. And Washington fans, they're going to show up on Sunday believing that they have a shot at the playoffs because they're in the wild card hunt right now. So it's going to be a big game against two teams, but you have to control the clock too as well. The same thing you did against the Bears. If you're going to go shot for shot with the Commanders, score every position. That one time you had on Sunday when it was 7-7 back and forth and you wasn't scoring, I'm sitting there watching like, you're just giving away the game right here. You got to put the plays together to execute, to go down there and score every drive. If not every drive, put up points on the board. Field goal or something. But what I seen on Sunday through that end of the second quarter, I'm sitting there watching it like, any moment now, Fields can fucking bust this game over for like 30, 40, 50 yards and just piss fucking fans off. You don't want that. On Sunday, Tyler Heineke, you've lost to this quarterback before. Can't let it happen again. Blown coverages, missed tackles. Can't let it happen. Special teams has to be on point. They're going to narrow down on the special teams because they know CP is running shit. So they might squib it. Never know how they're going to do it. They might sit up to, they might try to. I'll tell you, man, a 6-5 team like Washington, they're a scrappy little damn team. I got to give it to them. And now that they got this, Chase Young guy, he's back. It's a front four that you have to watch for. I'm saying they got some players over there on Washington's team, but I do think the Falcons can pull out a win. And this is the game where you can come away and say, it ain't no tougher than the Rams.
Right.
It ain't no tougher than the Browns. It ain't no tougher than the Bengals. Because you have a 53-man roster just like they do. So you ain't scared of shit. What weapons they got on offense, man? We got weapons too. What weapons they got on defense, man? We got weapons too. Mm-hmm. Use those weapons, use them correctly on Sunday, and let's go out there and get a win. Score prediction, it's a Thanksgiving shot in the dark. Falcons going to Washington. It might be some light rain. Falcons 28-20. Falcons win. 28-20. And this is a 20-20 to where Falcons had the lead most of the game, and the Commanders tried to make a comeback. And defense just stepped up and got the win. 20-20. Chase?
Prediction 24-13. Falcons win.
24-13 for Chase. 28-20 for me. Falcons win. It's a game where you come back home to the Benz 6-6 and you take care of business. I'm telling you, Falcon fans, the Benz gonna be rocking versus the Steelers.
And then guess what? You're in first place for that wild card spot.
Falcon fans, you have something to look forward to on Sunday. If you're not going to the game, turn up at the house. Enjoy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the week with your family and your friends and everybody that's gonna be hanging out with y'all. But we're going to wrap this show up right now a little bit early tonight. Just want to go ahead and say once again, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Thank y'all for being big supporters of One Time for the Fan. We really thank y'all. I know Bodie does. Chase, we talk about all the time. Boo Man. Dez, he never responds to the text. So, it's great to see Falcon fans. The night before Thanksgiving, y'all in here talking Falcons football with us. Probably having your drinks and watching your sports. I think the Hawks are still winning too as well. But we know what the Falcons need to go do on Sunday. You definitely have to control that game against a team that is on a little run right now. But it don't mean shit to the Falcons because we're going to go out there and handle business and get the job done. Shout out to the Falcon fans that's heading out there to Washington. Everybody from the Rise Up tour. Y'all enjoy it, man. Y'all enjoy this trip. I'll see y'all back at the Benz next week, or I'll see y'all in New Orleans in a couple weeks. But, of course, One Time for the Fan, we back on Sunday. 8 o'clock, we talking Falcons football. Come back in here. If it's Big Dub Sundays, we going crazy for Big Dub Sundays because another 500 record coming back to the Benz against a team that you can get a dub against. That'll look great heading into the bye week.
Yes.
And then heading down to New Orleans, Stinky Town, which One Time for the Fan will be there, and we can't wait to get down there to New Orleans. So, Falcon fans, we had a great time tonight. Bodie Jones, he's
Hey,
wait a minute. What do you say? Speaking of using weapons, Jack Spade and Chase Cravey, what happened to y'all laying in my motion to cut the weeds? Yeah! Sheesh. Not Bodie 3000. And look, Bodie, because you're not here, we're ending the show early tonight, so you can stay in here for the next 10 minutes. One time for the fan, Chase. Of course, you know it's pre-Thanksgiving Day Eve dinner, whatever the fuck they call it. You already know what it is, Chase. Any shout-outs, man, for tonight?
Yeah, man. Shout out everybody that's in the chat with us tonight, man. You know, we do it for y'all. Y'all keep us going. Shout out to the Falcons. One name I want to bring up that I forgot to mention earlier. Shout out to Will Compton for his video announcement with him signing for the Falcons.
It's full of shit.
Suck it.
Let me tell you something. I didn't even get to that because this show, I don't want to cut your shout outs off. But let me just get to this for just a second. Bruh. The Falcons got to be bullshitting here, right? Like, I haven't seen nothing official. I know when shit is official from the Falcons. I haven't seen nothing official from the Falcons saying that they have signed Will Compton.
I thought I seen an official. I thought I seen an official one. I may not have.
Will Compton. He made a video talking about 28-3, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he did.
And we brought him in to do what? What do we do? You got something?
I'm trying to find it, man. I'm trying to find it.
I know some of the Falcons media are reporting it, but I'm like, he's not at.
Yeah, it's not official. It's not official. It's a NFL trade rumor, and it's just says may possible sign with Falcons. I think it's like you said.
I'm looking at why they're making moves on their practice squad and some of the the moves they made this weekend. I'm like, where does Will Compton fit in this shit? So we'll find out later. But yeah, Chase, go ahead, man. Your shout outs, man.
Yeah, shout out, like I said, the Falcons. Everybody's in the chat with us, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody going to the game Sunday, man. I wish I could make it with y'all. Y'all turn out for me. Let's get this done. Shout out to all the podcasters on the show, man.
One time for the fan. Matthew Bass, happy Thanksgiving. Alicia Shepherd, happy Thanksgiving. Please don't ask me who I'm rooting for tomorrow. I ain't rooting for none of them teams. Rooting for them birds. One time for the fan. Big shout out to everybody who's in the chat tonight. Everybody who got a chance to listen to the show last week, week before that. People who's watching the show tonight. People who's going to be listening to the show after. Big shout out to y'all, all the supporters. One time for the fan. Once again, I really appreciate everybody here. I know Chase and Bodie and everybody. We talk about it a lot. So big shout out to all the Falcon fans that's out here rocking with us. Jeff Wolf said, I now have news on Compton. Do you know Will Compton, Jeff Wolf? Can we get him on the show? He seems to be a podcaster. I know he was playing football. Yeah, shout out to all the other podcast content creators out there for the Falcons. Everybody doing their job, representing the Falcons and trying to uplift this fan base. If you're not, no shout out to you. But once again, one time for the fan. We'll see y'all back Sunday night.
Hey, shout out to Buddy. New Wi-Fi is fast as hell, dude.
Yes!
No lag.
Sheesh, you saw that one right there. I had to hit the goddamn clicker on the damn seat. Get my seat lowered. That shit was crazy. Elevator went from fucking 10 to 9 to 8 to 7 real quick. But I must say, Bodie, yeah, man, you did a good job on the driveway too, man. But you can't leave your equipment in my neighbor's yard, dog. So, and the mats that you left out there, they're in the street. Wind was crazy today. But one time for the fan, we'll be back on Sunday. Shout out to everybody heading out to Washington. Go out there, get that dub, bring back a victory. Big Dub Sunday is coming up. You already know what it is.
Rise up.
See if I get my thing. Where my ending? Oh, bam. One time for the Atlanta Falcons, one time for Chase, one time for Bodie, one time for the Madden draft that I'm about to go ahead and get started up in. And happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Y'all enjoy it.
Peace out.
See y'all on Sunday. Be out. Gobble, gobble, be out. Yeah, hit him with the gobble, gobble. Big sure you know I can do that. One time for the fans. See y'all.